And welcome to another episode of Supercard Stevitude. I, of course, am Stevitude, and I am here to bring you Road to Glory, Nikki Bella. This is a change of events, as I said in my previous video, where we usually have ring domination, pulling shards, but we have been received with the Road to Glory this time. So, King of the Ring, I'm game 35 right now, fighting Belka. 29-5. I just woke up a little bit ago. I was tired for first when I went to sleep, but hey, whatever. So the way it's looking, I'll probably finish second, third, most likely, and then finals and all that will start probably later this evening. So whatever. I'll cross that bridge when we get there. Anyways, here's my deck for Road to Glory. As you can see, I swapped a lot of cards in the bottom rows. They're mostly legendary solos. I figured it's a good time to train those cards in the early stages of Road to Glory. And then when things start getting a little more complex, then I'll put in my actual deck. So that is why we're doing that today. And the first up is the Ryback. So we're going to go ahead and take on Eden Weiss, if I said that right. If not, my apologies. He's got that Lex Luger profile pic, so kudos to him, or her, I guess. Let's go ahead and fix the screen there a little bit. Okay, so, obviously we're facing commons, uncommons, rares, maybe a super rare surprise here and there, so, in all honesty, it really doesn't matter what cards I'm throwing right now. I pretty much play blind. The wall will come. I'm sure of it. Just a matter of time. At this point, we're 2.5 months in now into Season 2 of Supercard, so I'm sure there's lots of players that probably have a full Road to Glory deck. And with that, I say kudos to you. You worked hard and most part earned what you got. And if you look at it, the whole first row, if everyone got all 4 event cards, you'll have Taker, you'll have Sting, you'll have Finn Balor, and Ryback. So right there's 4 event cards, and then I'm sure between the game giving away legendary pros and board pulls, ladder rewards, King of the Rings, buying packs, whatever it may be. So easy to say, probably have a couple legendary pros. Most players, I'm sure, do. And I'm curious to see what players will be the wall this time. I got a feeling I know who they're going to be. I talked to probably some of them. All cool people. So maybe I'll challenge their decks and see if I can actually survive. Or maybe I'll have to opt down to +1 again. We'll see. Anyways, just got a perfect match. 12-0. So that's exciting, I guess. So we got a nice +10. Now you get some energy for what a way to start, huh? King of the Ring. You gotta trade some cards away already. Ah, lovely. I don't even know what I left to trade. I think I have a Barrett here. Yeah, I just pulled this King Barrett actually a couple nights ago for King of the Ring rewards. So I guess I'll just level that up. I'll never use the card. It's one of those things, it's like, it would have been cool to use a King Barrett card if I would have had it, in the early stages of my ascension, but unfortunately, he came late in the game, so, and we're going to feed Barrett to Barrett. Here we go. A rare king to an epic king. Alright, so he's already halfway leveled, which I feel like, alright, I feel like it doesn't take much to, level cards in this, because I guess I remember, season 1, you're playing WrestleMania tier, and the cards were a lot harder to level because there's more levels, so, Anywho, ooh, creepy Eric Rowan So what's your all thought on Mr. Rowan being back anyway? Just unexpectedly back. The Wyatts are one big giant cohesive unit right now. You know, the first time that the Wyatts have stood 4-man strong with, Bray as the mastermind, Rowan and Harper are back together, and then of course the latest gentleman to join the party, Braun Strowman. So now there's 4 members, 4 big dudes in the Wyatt family. And I, for one, am hoping that the Wyatt family actually becomes a legit threat for a change. I mean, they were at first, and then the whole C Nation thing happened a couple of years ago at WrestleMania, and then I feel like Wyatt really never recovered. But anyway, from what it looks like, though, Mr. Taker was the latest victim, and then Kane on this past Raw tried to come out and was taken to the back as well. And with Survivor Series coming up, there's going to be a Survivor Series match, old school Survivor Series match, elimination style, 4-on-4. So then, of course, you have to ask yourself, why it's just 4 of them. So, okay, we get that. But then Taker and Kane, the Brothers of Destruction, are going to reconnect, which is cool. I'm kind of pumped to see that. But then who joins their side is the real question here. Honestly, it looks like the old feud with Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns is cashed out, done, moved on, since Roman's put his focus on Mr. Seth Rollins in the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And speaking of Mr. Wyatt, we just reached his card in Road to Glory. And then, of course, so he probably will not be joining. So then you gotta look at like guys like Dean Ambrose. What are they gonna be doing? Maybe Jerry Sags or Damian Sandow or Radio Network will be part of the Brothers of Destruction. There's Dean Ambrose, speaking of the devil. Maybe it's a sign right there. He was the last card. So maybe Dean Ambrose becomes the 3rd member to join the Brothers of Destruction. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen there. Hell, I could be making shit up right now as I speak, and we might not even have a match at Survivor Series of all that. But it probably will happen. So, with that, since we got Roman Reigns here, let's talk a little bit about Mr. Roman Reigns. Finally overcame Bray Wyatt in Hell in a Cell. And I will say I liked the idea that they had a number 1 contender match at Raw. It's something they haven't really done a lot. And it was kind of cool they had all the winners from Hell in a Cell face off, and then the last 4 standing went at it in a Fatal 4-Way. It was pretty cool. The only thing I didn't like, it was just, you kind of knew Roman Reigns was going to win it right from the start. And sure enough, he did. Because then, you got Kevin Owens and Alberto Del Rio, who are in that Fatal 4-Way, and they're both current champions, U.S. and Intercontinental respectively. And it's highly unlikely they were going to be the ones to challenge Rollins, especially since Owens is a heel, and they don't like to do heel versus heel too often. And I really don't know what Del Rio is, face or heel yet. I'm guessing heel because he was a shitty face, but I don't know. It's not like he's really done anything really to be a heel other than beat Cena, but half the freaking WWE universe hates Cena, so it's almost like, thank you, Del Rio. Welcome back. People are excited about that too, so I guess we'll learn more about Mr. Del Rio's story as the weeks go by. And then, of course, Mr. Ziggler made his way into that last match. And he's got this weird little feud starting with Tyler Breeze, and I kind of wish Tyler Breeze maybe came in that main event and somehow screwed over Ziggler so he wouldn't have won. Since Fatal 4-Way, there's no rules. Do whatever you want, pretty much, in most of them. You can't get DQ'd in the Fatal 4-Way. At least then, that feud would have been building. But hey, it's cool. Charisma, Taker, Natalya, and some energy, and The Rock, and Kofi. Then Mark Henry. So nothing to get excited about. But yeah, as for the losers, this past Monday in those contender matches, both Kofi and Big E had their crack and unfortunately didn't make it. And it would have been cool had the New Day, made it, but at least Big E. It would have been interesting to see one of them guys sneak their way into that match, but that wasn't meant to be. And then, of course, we had Neville, who, poor guy, just kind of lost in the main roster. I feel like anyway. Just it's an overcrowded playground, and there's only so much you can do. And he knew Del Rio wasn't gonna lose. And then KO Cesaro had an awesome match, but fortunately for Cesaro faithful fans, KO had to put him down. That's just the way it goes. But at least Cesaro's back on TV again, so that's positive. And maybe this is a start of things to come. Maybe we can actually see a legitimate Cesaro Owens fight for the title, but at the same time, I feel like we've seen that match quite a few times now, so maybe it's a good idea we don't go that path. I don't know. And then otherwise on Raw, there really wasn't much else to really get excited about. Paige turned on Becky and Charlotte, so she probably did attack Natalya in the locker room a couple weeks ago. And I feel like Team Bad is just playing. They're not even on, really. Sasha Banks is probably the most over diva. I mean, I went to Raw in Chicago, and the We Want Sasha Tans broke out like a frenzy. And it's not just Chicago, it's nationwide. Nationwide is on your side. People want Sasha Banks, but they're not giving her to us. And if they're not going to have her wrestle on TV, then maybe have her stay in NXT, and at least in NXT we get to watch the divas. I feel like the main roster is, maybe they're on main event superstars. I don't know. I don't watch those shows. Some people do. Good for them, I guess. But anyways, that's kind of all that's going on in the WWE universe. I know NXT was last night. I will probably watch it later today because I was busy last night watching some World Series and some NBA because the NBA's back. Drafted a fantasy basketball team for the first time in forever. Don't even know half the players on my team, but hey, that's cool. Maybe I'll win the league. Or maybe not. It's with some friends at work. I also have a fantasy wrestling league. Yeah, I started one, and it's kind of interesting. It takes forever to explain, but basically a group of friends of mine, we draft a bunch of wrestlers, award points for wins, and winning matches, and winning and losing titles. And then, it's pretty cool, actually. I guess you can message me if you want to know more about it, because I really don't feel like flooding this video with that. But I'll just say I do actually run a small fantasy wrestling league of friends, because it's fun. And of course, I had Seth Rollins because I had the number one pick. So, as you can see, the road to glory is just a long, winding road. And Nikki's going to take out her sister, Alicia, there. And now we're going to take on KO and Ziggler, the unlikely tag team, against Daniel Bryan and Sting. And Daniel Bryan, by the way, I loved how there was all those rumors on the internet Sunday at Hell in a Cell that he was going to be the mystery guy to take on Cena. And I was actually convinced he might have been one of the guys before the internet rumors started breaking out. Because I just started thinking, I'm like, somebody's, with Cena and Orton out right now, they pretty much need, a big, overly popular superstar. And Daniel Bryan was pretty much the next guy in line, so figured if Cena Orton out, maybe D. Bryan steps in, but looks like that's not the path we're going, so right now it looks like Roman Reigns is the face of the WWE, just like Vince wanted. But hey, we got more points. We almost got Bray. We're 5 points away. Rosa Mendez. Throwback Heartbreak Kid. A stop sign. All right. Victor, and Kalisto. Kalisto, was it Pro Comic Kalisto? Yeah. Energy. That's it. I'm out of bouts, so we're out of time. So looks like we're closing in though on Bray Wyatt. And then we'll go for Barrett, Taker, Rusev, Kane, John Cena, and Nikki Bella. So there's ways to go, but hey, we got 4 days pretty much. Well, it's a little less than that, but you get the point. We got plenty of time, so that is the start of the road to glory. I thank you for watching my video. Like, follow, subscribe, tweet me at Stevitude, all that cool stuff. Thanks for watching my video, and we will see you next time. Hopefully I can get another road to glory video up soon.